Hey, what up, gangstas? Carter here. We're going to do a quick video, kind of a thoughts video, on this cold steel Voyager here. Kind of went on another cold steel kick, like I tend to do, and beefed up my collection of cold steels. One of the coolest things about cold steel knives is you can actually do that relatively inexpensively, because cold steel knives generally are not particularly pricey, but they're great knives. You know, I mean, if you can get past the not made in America aspect and some of the marketing, we'll call them tactics, that are employed by Lin, if you can get past those, you've actually got a very economically priced, reliable quality knife and knife company. And also fun. It's a fun knife company, and I'll do that in a different video, some of the fun stuff that I like about cold steel. But this video is about the large Voyager. It has a 4-inch blade, osate steel, I believe 3mm or 3.5, I think 3.5mm blade stock on here. This is the clip point, full flat ground. I guess you'd call it full flat ground. It's got this clip and then kind of the little clip swedge there, but it's basically full flat ground. There's no secondary bevel, or primary bevel, excuse me. Gribery or Zytel handle, whatever you want to call it, fiber reinforced plastic. Nice plastic. Layman's terms, it's strong plastic, you know, quality plastic. Has the cross pattern grip in there, triad lock, the Andrew Demko triad lock, you know, pocket clip, tip up, tip down. No, I'm sorry, tip up only, right hand, left hand. Comes with the secondary clip on here. Great stone washing on this blade. Ambidextrous thumb studs that are actually equally length on both sides, which I like. Super light. I don't have the weight on this, but you know, for a 4-inch blade, it's incredibly light. In fact, almost, well, I don't want to say too light, because you can't really have something too light unless that compromises its strength, which this doesn't. But when I say almost too light, it just, you know, we still kind of equate weight to quality. And because of this Zytel handle with aluminum liners in there, inset inside there, the handle particularly is extremely lightweight, and so it does kind of make you think of kind of a cheap camping knife that you might pick up for $1 or $2 at Walmart or something, which this is not. This is a very high quality knife, I mean, relatively speaking, high quality knife with some good engineering behind it. I mean, it's extremely solid, possibly the most solid knife in my collection. It's all due to the triad lock. The triad lock really gives you a lot of advantages, because what it does is it stabilizes the blade up and down and left and right. I've seen a video, I think it was J Davis 882, an old video he did on this knife, and he talked about how he was amazed with how, you know, smooth it was. He had it so that the blade would actually just drop, you know, when you depress the blade, kind of like that, how it just swings freely, and yet there was no play. And the reason for that is you can actually have this pivot a little loose, to the point where if you just open it like this, you can get some side to side. But when you actually engage the triad lock, it not only locks it up and down, it also locks it left and right. So then all of a sudden you have no play. So that's a really cool thing with this knife. Basically, the gist of this video is if I only had $40 to spend on a knife, you know, and I'm talking a 4-inch tactical blade that would also be a great slicer and good for all-around utility purposes, this would probably be the one. There's a bunch of knives out there. Kershaw does a bunch, and Spyderco has their Tenacious and whatnot line, their outsourced line, that are all in that price range. There's the Rat 1 folder that's also a great folder, but I don't know, I just, for my $40, I would probably go with this one, or at least that's what I'm thinking about lately. Today, as a matter of fact, my wife was going on a jog with our son, and she can't find her pepper spray. So she asked if she could borrow a knife, just to make her feel a little bit better, just to have something on her. And this is one I actually gave her, so my wife carried this today and she's not a knife person at all. But she carried this one, and I gave it to her because it's lightweight and yet large, so it wouldn't weigh her down, but it's also large. I'm not afraid of this lock failing if she had to use it. I wouldn't be afraid of, I mean, it's pretty obvious when this engages. There's no mystery there. It's not like she's going to half engage it and then it's going to close on her. It's pretty obvious when this engages, and when it does, you are good to go. So that's kind of what inspired this video. Well, I mean, I'd wanted to do a video on this knife. I've done one on the past with this exact blade, actually. But I wanted to do another one, and that's what kind of got me off my butt to shoot this video. So I definitely recommend a Voyager of some caliber. Medium, large, extra large even. Love those extra larges. They're just fun. That's a different video. Definitely recommend one for everybody's collection. If anything, I mean, this is just the perfect throw it in your toolbox, throw it in your fishing bag, your bug out bag, your truck, your car, whatever. Just $40, grab it, throw it in there, and then you've got a knife on hand that can take a lot of abuse. Very nice blade. It'll handle just about anything you throw at it, and yet you're not going to be like, why did I put a $500 knife in my truck or whatever. So yeah, really cool blade. I carried it the other day, actually. Very nice. It is hard to carry a Voyager when you have an Zahn or a Sebenza or a Strider, but it's still fun to switch things up and try different things. Alright guys, I'm out of here. Just a somewhat quick look at the large Voyager. All around, great, inexpensive utility knife / tactical blade. Particularly this clip point. I mean, with that blade shape, it is just a jack of all trades. Alright guys, later.